So one of the most passed up things in Fortnite is definitely their gliders. I mean, nobody ever buys gliders in this game, and you kind of think of it and you're like, it's a very simple answer, and it's just that, you know, you see it for 5 seconds in the game. But I just feel like now times are changing, there's more ways to use your gliders in games, and I feel like now is the time that we need to start buying gliders. Now, you may think this is dumb. You know, you may think, you know, every single person out there likes to buy skins over gliders, and maybe the fact that gliders are actually really good. Let me explain, because there are actually really good gliders in this game, and I just feel like they're so underrated, and I want to talk about them. So, a good example of really good gliders are right now. There's still 4 hours in the shop. We have the Mark 1 glider, which is amazing. I mean, it's got that old school theme to it. It's got just everything that you want out of glider. It's big, it's loud, it just stands out in the you know, the crowd of Tilted. You know, when you're going down into Tilted, don't you want to be noticed? I mean, that's kind of cool. You know, when you see somebody who has a glider that's, you know, unique, that's pretty dope. And there's also this one called Terminus. It looks like it's something straight out of Tron. Look at that deployment too. It just spins around like a tornado. It just looks dope. It just, you know, has that red and black theme. I mean, who doesn't like the red and black color scheme? And it just goes good with so many skins. I mean, Dark Voyager, there's like anything that has black and red on them, it's gonna go good with it. So the reason why I kind of want to make this video is because I'm gonna look at some gliders that are really good, and, you know, some that, you know, are just, you know, so underrated, and why maybe people need to start buying gliders. And some of the really good gliders that I want to talk about are the Flying Saucer, the Terminus, and I'll put some on screen. I think we got like the Pterodactyl on there. There's so many good gliders in the game. I'll put some obviously on screen here so you guys can check them out. The reason why I think these gliders are just the best is just because they're unique. They're big, they're loud, they stand out. I mean, the Flying Saucer is probably my favorite out of the bunch, just because of the fact, you know, it's funny, it's silly, it just doesn't make sense. And that's what's really cool about gliders. Now, the problem is, you know, you have these really good design gliders. You know, Epic probably puts a lot of time into them, but they just get swiped past. No one really cares about them. A lot of people, when the Raven came out, obviously a while back, a lot of people were excited for maybe a potential pickaxe on this dude. Obviously, now we do have a pickaxe that came with the Ravage, but they always had the Feather Flyer, which is a really good glider, but, I mean, a Raven pickaxe back then would have been more of a favorite item, if you know what I mean. So, I don't know, man. Gliders just need to be more focused on, and also, you know, with Season 5, there's so many more, like, transportations other than you just gliding down into the map and a launch pad. There's rifts, there's Rifted Ghosts, there's a whole mode called Soaring 50s based on you basically jumping off to a height limit where you can basically deploy your glider again. I'm sure in the future they'll have more transportation items as well, and it's dope. I feel like they just need to start more focusing on maybe enhancing the movement of gliders, because they're such a, you know, creative item. Obviously you can deploy it whenever, so maybe in game modes and stuff like that would be necessary. I don't know, man. Personally, I've never bought a glider, but I'm thinking to start doing it. I mean, I feel like right now is about the time, because in the past you had a right, you know, like, dude, there was like no Soaring 50s, there was no rifts. The only way you would ever see your glider in the game was gliding down in a launch pad. So there's definitely, you know, a reason behind that. But I feel like now, you know, there's so much, you know, more. Don't you guys ever get bored? You know, and me too. I'm starting to get bored of all the battle pass gliders that I have, and, you know, the umbrellas. I feel like they need to start putting umbrellas in the shop, by the way. But I mean, the basic stuff is obviously, you know, clean. But, like, wouldn't you like to, you know, own you know, this stuff if you could have it? You know what I mean? If you can afford it. I just feel like, you know, like, look at how much detail is on these things, and I just feel like they just don't get enough love, and they have a big reason. You know, maybe, obviously, it's 1,200 V-Bucks, looks like it should be, but, you know, maybe you want Munitions Expert instead. Maybe, you know, there's a different skin that you're saving up for. Why would you spend it on a glider that you only see, like, 30 seconds in the game? So, to fix this, I feel like they may have to, you know, maybe a glider should only be 1,000 V-Bucks, or maybe like 800, and obviously some can be like 500. maybe, I don't know what they have to do, but if they do like introduce more like, you know, transportation ways and stuff like that, I feel like a lot of people are gonna like gliders. So definitely think about it. You know, if you like a glider, don't think that, you know, it'll be a waste of money, because obviously, you know, when they're adding so much to the game, there's so much transportation being added right now. Gliders and game modes and stuff like that are always going to be added, so I feel like gliders should definitely be bought. There's so many horrible skins, and I feel like gliders are never just like bad. You know, there's obviously some insane really good ones, and then there's, you know, there's just your normal daily item shop ones, but I just feel like they're definitely you know, underrated for what they, you know, bring. You know, there's so much creativeness. I like to say that. I know it's not a word, but there's so much of that in gliders, and I feel like the possibilities are unlimited with them, because you can make flying cars, you can make dinosaurs, you can make birds, you can legit make rocket ships, you can make a big plane. I mean, we kind of had similar ideas in the past. We have had a helicopter recently. I just feel like they're definitely worth it. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. See you guys later.